Are you getting value out of my videos? For the price of a chocolate bar or a glass of wine per month, you could be my patron and get the bonus of great rewards as well as helping me out. Hi, I'm Kirstin Kelly, and today's lesson is going to be on flexing the horse to the right and the left. It's a great suppling exercise. It is a really good exercise for getting them to be forward and straight in the neck, but have that nice little flexion that just goes from the left to the right. So it's very good for suppling them up at the junction of their head and neck. It also gets them much lighter and softer in the rein, and it gets them to be a little bit more independent so that you can soften one rein and they don't turn into the opposite direction. So when we're talking about positioning the horse's neck, the main thing to remember is we want his neck to be hanging straight in the middle of his shoulders. Now show me flexion to the outside. Yeah, so you see she's keeping him steady in this rein, on the outside rein of the bend, and then she flexes him with this inside rein. So you see it's just here at the junction of his head and neck that it's suppling him up, flexing to the inside. That's it. So you see again, she's kept him steady in the outside rein. The inside rein, see how it's used slightly indirectly. So it's towards the wither rather than opening. It's just a little bit up towards the wither to help soften him. If your horse bends his neck too much, the main thing to remember is that this outside rein keeps his neck in the center of his shoulders. So if he goes to bend his neck too much, open the outside rein so that you position his neck right in the center. So you see, this way was a little bit stiffer to the left, and so he wanted to bend his whole neck like that. Yeah, so then by opening that outside rein a little bit, it just centralized his neck again, and that's really important. It's very subtle. It's just flexing him at the junction of his head and neck. To the outside first, it gets him in the outside rein. Perfect. Now the inside. Remember, this is a stiffer way, so you see you need to open your outside hand to keep his neck. There you go. Good job. So straight away show me left flexion, right flexion, sorry, outside flexion, good, and then inside flexion. That's it. Excellent. The main thing to remember is that being able to move the flexion from one way to another smoothly and exactly when you ask is really important. It gets the horse to be lighter on the aids. So if you can only do 2 changes of flexion down one long side, you need to get him to think about what you're asking much quicker. So do a lot of it. Also get it really established at the walk before you start doing it at the trot. If you want to do it at the canter, it is another great exercise, but that will be very subtle to the outside unless your horse is really supple. If your horse goes to turn in one direction when you ask for flexion, it means he's not in your outside rein enough. So check that he's in your outside rein properly. Check as well, if the horse is over flexing to the inside or to the outside, it is showing you that's his stiffer side, and so you need to make sure it is subtle flexion, not neck bend. There's 2 things that go wrong with this. One is the horse will turn instead of flexing. That means that you don't have him in the outside rein properly. The other thing that happens is that instead of keeping his neck central and flexing just at the junction of his head and neck, his whole neck will bend, which is showing you that it's very stiff and you need to do it more just to loosen it up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kirstin Kelly Equestrian. And if you're enjoying this content, you could become a patron, and then you get to contribute to making these great videos and you get great rewards.